something which was a long thought of theme until the last somewhat suddenly is just vanished from everybody's mentions, if not portfolios. What is your view on specialty chemicals? It's kind of had a long road until now. It's just kind of fallen off the radar. What's happening here?
So I think, last post-pandemic, it's caught on the fancy, and there was a pent-up demand partly because of the supply chain constraints. So companies saw accelerated growth, and most of the capacity was utilized. If you see, chemicals and specialty chemicals, and for that matter, in any manufacturing, you need capex to have the further round of growth. So I think in specialty chemical, two things have happened. One is that most of the companies have had, slowdown in the demand because of the turnover, because of the pile up of the inventory at the customer level and softening of the prices. And secondly, I think most companies are going on a massive capex program. So capex will go next 1 or 2 years. So you might see a period of consolidation in the field. I mean, companies are going through 3x, 4x, 5x of their historical gross capital. So whenever companies go through this, equity shareholders don't tend to do well because your EV expands and EBITDA remains same. So I think these two issues hit the sector at the same time. But having said that, the structural drivers of the growth remains, and if you overlook, and it might remain so for next 6 to 12 months, because as the inventory clears up and capex will start going live in most of the companies' cases only post 23, March 23, so next year. So probably this year it still will remain out of flavor, and as earnings starts coming back, as price starts firming, as margin stability comes, you will see this sector again coming back into flavor. So, and every sector goes through this sort of, like let's say IT is a structural thing and it went through a period of correction and it will come back. So every sector which goes through this kind of phases where a bit of a euphoria gets built, everybody thinks that this is here to sustain, and then, you see a bit of a correction. So I would say this is a passing phase of a year and a half or two in this sector, but it is here to stay.